Misses them both. 10-14 to go in the game. Bulls by 11. Hawkins, good step-in move. Turner, and excuse me, one-touch pass into Barkley.
See, last time down the floor, Phil Jackson made a defensive switch. He put Scottie Pippen over on Hersey Hawkins and moved Craig Hodges to Ron Anderson, realizing Pippen is a better defender and a little bit more like Michael Jordan, bigger, and can bother Hersey Hawkins' shots. So a little adjustment that time by Phil Jackson. Now let's see if Philadelphia tries to go with Ron Anderson coming off screens against Craig Hodges.
Barkley is 1 for 3 from the free throw line tonight.
Ever since Charles picked up the 2 fouls and the technical, he really never has gotten into this game tonight. You know, he's had his moments where he's gotten some baskets and all, but he's not playing with that same fervor that you need from a Charles Barkley for his team to win here at Chicago Stadium.
10-point Bulls lead. 10 minutes to go in the game. Nice pass inside. Purdue with the Horace Grant miss. Will has 8 points.
No one is blocking off Will Purdue. You see, looks like Andre Turner got a cramp or got kicked in the leg.
Purdue also with 5 offensive boards. Barkley with a brilliant move. Instead of getting it over and back, let the ball spin, carry it into the court. 5 seconds to shoot. Anderson finally drops one. He's been shooting poorly tonight. Ron Anderson. It's 5 of 10 from the floor. Actually, it's only about 2 of 10 from the perimeter. The others came inside. C.J. Armstrong left open from Will Purdue.
See, Will Purdue's a good passer, so he's going to find on the rotation. He'll skip it across the floor. Nice pass there by Will Purdue to find B.J. Armstrong for the open shot.
The Lexus LS400 is equipped with a very sophisticated suspension system, which makes it seem like it's riding on rails, even when it's not.
Why is it so difficult to communicate? Why do people hurt each other? Why do some guys have a hard time adjusting? Why? Ask why. Try Bud Dry. It's dry brewed, not watered down, to drink light, yet satisfy completely. It's the perfect refreshment for the games people play.
Alka-Seltzer's Laws of Indigestion. Law number 13. After a good party, any part of the body that can hurt will. For heartburn with headache, you need Alka-Seltzer because there's no law against fast relief.
Coming to TNT Sports this summer, this fall, and next winter. See it on TNT.
Well, you look at the Western Conference playoffs. We'll have Western Conference game on for you tomorrow night. Blazers go to round 2, shaking off the pesky and talented Sonics. Watch for them next year. Round 2 update. The Lakers lead that semifinal series over the Warriors. 1 game to none. Chris Mullin has a knee injury, but will be back, we understand, for the game on Wednesday. And the Blazers and Jazz we'll have on TNT tomorrow night on Tuesday. Now, you're talking about Will Purdue's offensive board. Here's why.
Well, here's what happens. Scottie Pippen is going to try to go baseline. You're going to see a double team. Manu Noel's going to double team. Andre Turner, as Horace Grant flashes, will go with him. Charles Barkley rotates up to play Will Purdue, but watch what happens here. Here comes Barkley up to play Will Purdue. Now the shot goes up. You're going to see the freeze. Here's Will Purdue being played by Barkley. The shot goes up. And no one blocks off Will Purdue. There he is right there. Charles Barkley must block him off. You've got that's 5 offensive rebounds and 8 points off the bench for Will Purdue tonight.
Andre Turner had it.
Yeah, Andre's doing about as good job blocking off as I could.
Jordan back into the game. 8:45 remaining. Andre Turner for 3. That's a big three-pointer. That cuts the Bulls' lead to 9.
Still plenty of time. Michael Jordan back in the game, so small lineup for Chicago.
Philly only 2 of 8 from the three-point range. Michael gets it inside from 8 feet. He's not going to miss that one, and Jordan has 24.
Well, Michael just took the ball right where he wanted it. No one came over to give help. You got to get the ball out of his hands. When he backs you down into the lane like that, it's too late. It's either going to be a field goal or 2 free throws.
Barkley driving on King. A holding call on Stacey King.
You can see that Charles does not have that explosiveness. Normally he would look out and see Stacey King playing him and blow right around him. He did go around him, but he was hesitant doing so. He took his time. Normally he'd look at Stacey King and say, 6'10", playing me out on the floor, and forget it.
Charles told me today at their shoot-around that his knee was all right, but I tell you what, it looks like it's hurting him.
I think it's tough to play with that brace. I think that brace really limits your mobility.
Well, Purdue can't stop the jump up from Armand Gilliam.
Armand Gilliam's had a much better game. That's 16 points tonight. They're really going without a center now. Charles Barkley actually and Gilliam at center playing against Will Purdue.
Got King posted down inside against Anderson. Jordan with 5 drives it round Barkley. Stacey King with his second foul against Barkley. Team foul situations, by the way. Bulls with 4. Their next one will put Philadelphia at the line with 7:16 to go in the game, and the Sixers with only 1 team foul.
Well, Coach Neal, then you're telling your guys, take the ball to the basket. Let's get inside. Let's not live with the outside jump shot. Let's put the pressure on their interior defense. Horace Grant back into the ball game now for Stacey King, but you do not want to live with long outside jump shots right now.
Barkley isolated against Grant. Now the double team. Turner's open for another 3. He's hit 2 in a row. Andre Turner.
Now that's a good play from the standpoint of B.J. Armstrong left him. He was wide open. 8-point ball game. Be aware of Michael Jordan starting to feel it. 2 straight baskets the last time down the floor.
And this time he draws the foul. At Chicago Stadium, Bulls lead in this series 1 game to none. Now with an 8-point lead, 6:48 remaining at Chicago Stadium. Scott Williams in.
Yeah, interesting substitution. Phil Jackson's going to let the rookie Scott Williams get a little playing time, feeling with an 8-point lead, maybe come in, get him a couple minutes here right now.
It strikes me as strange. Purdue playing very well. He's the backup to Cartwright, who's also playing very well. And this is not that big a lead.
No, it's not. And, you know, Andre Turner's just hit a couple threes. The Sixers are shooting free throws the rest of the ball game. So the Philadelphia team has a chance to get back in this ball game if they can defend and prevent Michael Jordan from taking over here down the end of the ball game.
And Scott Williams has played only 9 minutes in only 2 of the 4 games in the playoffs, so he's certainly inexperienced. Well, we'll see.
Well, he's going to be playing Armand Gilliam. See if they go into post and try to get a foul with Scott Williams on Armand Gilliam.
The answer is yes, they do go into Gilliam.
And there's the foul. That's what you got to do because he's going to get the foul. Scott Williams is a rookie. First reaction is to put your hands down on the guy shooting 2 free throws. Smart play. Playoff pressure, Bob. You see points allowed as they start to come down. The Lakers were at 99 all year. Detroit about 97. Utah has come down to 90. Look at Chicago, 87.5. Look at the turnovers they forced. Opponent's field goal percentage. That's the stat I always look at. What do teams shoot against you? You can slow the tempo of the game and use the shot clock, but what do your opponents shoot from the field against you? And, Chicago is doing a tremendous job in the playoffs.
They are. You might have to add to that, however, that the Knicks were definitely on a serious slide, which inflates those numbers for
Absolutely. New York was non-competitive, really.
This is a 7-point Bulls lead with 6.5 to go in the game. Philly is still in here. There's a big double team on Jordan.
Michael got away with a hook there. Very, very fortunate. 3-second call.
And the turnover, and Charles Barkley is
saying
he did have a hook.
So if he hooked it,